Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing two makeup looks with this palette here. This is the PLouise Sprinkle of Wishes palette. So this is what she looks like. So you get so many colours in this palette. So if you saw my video 2 videos back, this one here, I said this palette gave me so many ideas for makeup looks. So we're going to be doing 2 different looks in today's video using that one palette. And I've already actually created a few looks with this palette already, so I'll leave the looks on screen now, just for a bit more inspo if you do have that palette. And this look on my eyes now may or may not be a sneak peek of one of the looks in today's video. So if you want to see how this look was created, then carry on watching. Okay, so I'm thinking of playing with the burgundy colours in today's look and maybe one of like the pastels in the inner corner. Yeah, I think that will look cute. I'm going to zoom you in just so you can see everything a little bit better. The first shade I'm going to dip into is this shade here. Shade Shake It Up, and I'm just going to put this in the outer corner. I want like a smoked out sort of look, so I want to keep everything quite not messy, but like not like a really tight like blend. Just packing that colour on, and I'm just stamping it in place before I sort of blend out the edges. So it's kind of going in like a wing shape, and I'm going to softly sort of buff over them edges. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this like more true burgundy colour, shade Extra Sprinkles, and I'm just going to sort of go on the edges of that colour. There doesn't seem to be like too big of a difference between them two shades, even though they look so different in the pan. I'm just patting that on the edges of that first blend, and we're just sort of continuing that sort of wing shape. Nice and blown out. Just taking a clean brush, and I'm gonna buff the edges just so we're not adding any more shadow, we're just blending. So this is what we've sort of got going on. Going back in with that first shade, and we're just stamping that like where we first put that shadow. You can see a bit more difference between the colours now actually. Yeah, I love that so far. So now going in with the second row of shadows, I'm going to take this pink here, which is shade Bake It a Good One, and this is going to be used just to like finish the blend. I don't want to add too much because I don't want it to turn like really pink. I wanted to keep it quite like burgundy, but it will help to keep like everything seamless. And if it gets rid of some of that burgundy colour, it's fine because we can just go back over the top to intensify it again. So you can see we've sort of lost that like in between shade. So I'm going to go back in with that second shade we used for the blend and just pat that back over the edge to bring that colour back. If you go too high like I did there, just go back in with the lighter shade to blend it in again. So this is the blend we're left with. Super happy with that. It's kind of like a super blended out big wing. So now I want to add one of the pastels, and it's between either the mint or the blue. I did use the mint in one of the other looks I did with this palette, so I think I'm going to take the baby blue, this one, which is shade Hip Hip Hooray, but I want to put a base down first, so just so it has something to stick to. So this is the PLouise base in shade Birthday Blue. Just going to pop some on the back of my hand. I'm just going to run that brush through the base and applying it straight on the lid. I'm not too worried if it goes over the pink a little bit because we can just reapply. So this is what it's looking like. Now it's nice and blended. So going in with that blue shade, I'm just going to tap that literally everywhere we just put the base. Oh, look at that colour. And the contrast between the burgundy and the blue is so nice as well. Just patting that in. It's easier to pat pastels in rather than like blend them. It's the easiest way to keep their sort of like pigment. Just putting that here in the inner corner as well. Taking a small fluffy brush with no extra product and just blending the edges. And just going back in with that like third pink colour we used to just marry them two colours together. And because we're blending into a blue, it's going to make that pink look more burgundy anyway. You can see it's just like a nice sort of transition between them two colours. So I was thinking about adding a shimmer to the look, but I think I want to keep it matte because I really like how they blend into each other. So I think I'm going to do like an inner corner wing and maybe add a few gems just to like spice it up a little bit. I'm going to take this Made by Mitchell Graphic liner in the shade Gaga. This is so hard to do on camera and I want it to be like quite a statement because we haven't got much going on in the inner corner, it's just like one shade. Sort of like that. And then I might just clean up that bottom a little bit. Just going back in with that blue paint just to sharpen that wing up at the bottom a little bit. And then going back in with that blue eyeshadow to just set it in place. Now I'm going in with the Made by Mitchell All Smudge No Budge gel sort of pencil liner in shade Wonderful World. And I'm just putting this all in the waterline. And I don't usually have to set these with shadow, but I'm just going to set it with that blue. Just because it doesn't match perfectly to the blue, it's a bit more like minty. So just setting it with that shadow, it's just going to change the colour a little bit. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. And as you can see, this sort of eyeliner sort of stops like halfway down. So I'm just going to take a bit of burgundy shadow just to like follow it along. Okay, so lower lash line, I'm literally just going to do the same burgundy blend as we did on the top, on the bottom. So just taking that dark burgundy first, and then followed by the next shade, and then the last colour of that blend. Just taking a bit of that blue as well, just to tie it in. Add in some mascara. This is the NARS Climax mascara. I am going to be adding lashes, but mascara just gives them something to like blend into. Okay, so I've just done the other eye and I've added a few like gems to the look to spice it up a bit. I can't tell if the gems make it look really like kind of tacky. They're on now, so we're going to roll with it. So lashes, we're going to use the PLouise lashes in style Calm Charm. So they're the lashes on. I think it's cute. I still can't tell if the gems are a vibe or not, but with the rest of my makeup on it might all come together. So I'm going to go off camera, complete the rest of my makeup, and we'll be back for the finished look. Okay, so base is all done now, lips are done. Used the PLouise lip liner in High Five, and I used one of the Butter Me Up glosses. I used the pink one in shade Bubblegum. So I just received these in PR and I wanted to try them on the lips. The name fits them very well actually, Butter Me Up, because they feel really nice and buttery on the lips. So yeah, this is the look we've gone for. It's giving like festival vibes, which as I'm filming this, Coachella is actually going on at the minute. So it fits the vibe very well. So we did like a burgundy smoked out wing vibe with a pop of like pastel blue. And I love this colour combo together. I think it's so cute. I think the eye look would have been nicer without the gems, but it gives that like festival vibe, I guess. So yeah, I kind of love how this look came out. I'm gonna go get some nice pictures of the look and we'll be back for look number 2. Okay, so it's a few days later and we're going to play with some of the pink shades in this palette today. I really want to dip into either this shade here or this one down here. And I'm thinking maybe like a pink halo sort of eye today could be cute. So yeah, let's get into the look. So I want to start with the darkest shade first. So I'm going to take this one here, which is shade Shake It Up. And I'm going to pack this on the outer part of the lid. Let me zoom you in so you can see a bit clearer as well. Yeah, so I'm stamping this shade in a C shape on the outer corner. Like that. And then I just want to take the same shade and create that same sort of shape in the inner corner. So we have this sort of shape going on. And then just taking a clean brush and I'm just blending over them edges. And next we're going to dip into this shade here, which is shade Dreams into Reality. And I'm applying that just above that first shade. And just blending them two shades into each other. And again, doing the exact same thing on the inner part. Just going in with a clean brush to blend out them edges. And now we're going to go into this shade here, which is a shade Bake It a Good One. And this is going to be the final colour of the blend, so we're just sort of blending out them edges with this shade. So just blending out them pinks so we've got like a nice blend into the skin. So it's nice and smoked out and not too harsh. So we've got something like that going on. And now I'm just going to go back in and re-intensify that like bright pink. And just go back and forth with the colours until we are happy. Okay, so now I'm happy with that blend. I'm going to take a bit of this baby pink here, which is shade Cravings, and I'm just going to put this on the brow bone, just because I sort of like to mattify my brow bone down, like that. And now we're going to go in the centre with some shimmers, but I'm going to put down a base first. This is the PLouise base in shade Fondant Flossy. I'm going to pop a bit on the back of my hand. So it's just like a baby pink colour. I'm just going to take a brush that's like flat but fluffy and get some of that product on the brush. And then just place this in the centre. Like so. And to blend in the edges, I'm just going to take a clean brush and just pat the edges. And then I'm going to just set down the base a tiny bit, just because sometimes when you put shimmers straight over like an unset sort of base, they're more prone to creasing. So I'll just put some of that colour we put on the brow bone just to set down that base in the centre. I think we're going to go in with both the shimmers, so I wanted to go in with this one here and this one here. So we're going to start with the more like rose goldy sort of colour, which is shade Goodie Bag, and we're just going to apply this in the centre. Oh my god, that colour. Literally, PLouise shimmers are so good. Like, this is over a set like shadow, like it's not over like a base. And look how like intensely pigmented they are. That is so good. Love. Then we're going to go in with the other shade, which is Layers of Love, and just put that in the centre. It's got a more like silvery bluey sort of reflect to it. Wow, they are so shimmery. Now we're just going back in to them shades to sort of create like a more seamless blend between the shimmers and the shadows. Okay, perfect. So now the top lid is done. We're going to do underneath the eye now. So just using them same colours, we're literally just going to repeat what we did on the lid to the lower lash line. So I'm actually just taking the shadow straight into my waterline. And we want to leave the centre of the waterline free because obviously that has a shimmer there. And then going into the brighter pink. And then blending out with the lighter pink. And then I'm going to take the Made by Mitchell All Smudge No Budge in the shade In the Nude and just put this in the centre, and I'm setting this whole centre with the shade we used on the brow bone. And then on a small brush, just add in a bit of them shimmers under the eye as well. Okay, so we're just going to quickly line my lash line and just add in a bit of mascara. I'm only going to place the mascara on the bottom lashes here and here. I want to leave the centre blank. Okay, cute. I like that. So that's one eye done. So I'm going to do the other eye off camera and I'll be back to show you the finished look. Okay, so here's the second look all complete. I added some lashes. These are the PLouise Alluring Fair lashes. Did my base makeup, and then the lip combo, I used the PLouise lip liner in Daydream and the Made by Mitchell Pop Stick little clicky lip glossy stick thing in shade Touchy Feely. So that's the lip combo. It's kind of giving like Barbie vibes, kind of love it. So I'll zoom you guys in so you can see a bit clearer. This is probably my preferred look of the two looks we done in this video. The shimmers were literally everything I'd wish for and more. They're so beautiful, so reflective and glittery. Yeah, love this look. So that's everything for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!